crucial because it occurred just a single month after Leonard had signed a significant contract extension with the Clippers.
A month after, not before.
After. This immediate proximity between Ballmer's personal colossal investment and his star player's new contract immediately raises profound questions about the true intent behind such a large personal financial commitment.
Right, to a company that then turns around and gives his star player this very unusual endorsement deal.
Exactly. It's a connection that simply cannot be ignored. And yet, the financial entanglement doesn't simply stop with Ballmer's personal investment. Aspiration also announced a separate, truly massive 23-year, $300 million sponsorship deal. Simply stop with Ballmer's personal investment.
Personally, and then the team gets a massive sponsorship deal from the same company.
Correct. This positioned Aspiration as a founding partner for the Clippers' ambitious new arena project, the Intuit Dome, which Ballmer himself had publicly touted as aiming to be the most sustainable arena in the world.
So there's a public-facing angle too.
There is. Now, this is where the plot thickens considerably. Former Aspiration colleagues have come forward alleging that Ballmer's initial $50 million investment effectively went on what they described as a round trip to help power Leonard's no-show job.
A round trip, meaning the money went in from Ballmer and came back out to Kawhi, essentially.
This isn't just a casual accusation. It implies a deeply intricate and deliberately structured scheme where Aspiration was allegedly used as a sophisticated clearinghouse rather than merely functioning as a legitimate independent business partner to both Ballmer and Leonard.
Wow. So using the company as a pass-through.
That's the theory. It makes you really ponder the layers of financial maneuvering and the deliberate obfuscation that might have been involved.
Yeah.
For additional context, at its peak in 2021, Aspiration wasn't some fly-by-night operation. It was actively touted major bona fide Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert Downey Jr., and Drake.
Right, big names.
Huge names. And it had achieved a soaring valuation of $2.3 billion. This gave it a powerful, seemingly impenetrable veneer of legitimacy that, with the benefit of hindsight and these allegations, now appears to have been deeply, fundamentally misleading.
Okay, so the timing, the owner's investment, the round-trip theory. But what about the deal itself, the actual contract? Now, if the sheer numbers and the round-trip theory aren't enough to raise eyebrows, the actual language contained within Kawhi Leonard's endorsement contract with Aspiration provides some truly eye-opening, almost damning details. These contractual specifics heavily fuel these allegations, making it more than just based on timing and anonymous sources. It provides concrete textual evidence.
Yeah, this is where it gets really specific. One of the most damning clauses discovered by Tory's investigation is what's referred to as the condition of employment. The contract explicitly stated that Aspiration could terminate the entire deal if Leonard is no longer an employee of the Clippers for any reason.
Wait, what? The endorsement deal depends on
Exactly. Just think about that for a second. An endorsement deal, by its very nature, is typically about the player's personal brand, their marketability, will appeal to consumers of which team they play for.
Right, like Nike sponsors Nike plays.
Precisely. But here, the contract explicitly ties Kawhi's endorsement money directly to his employment with the Clippers. As Amin El-Hassan, a former Suns assistant basketball, explicitly never seen a clause like that ever in his extensive career, reviewing player contracts and endorsements.
Never seen it. That's not just unusual. It is a massive flashing red flag that screams of a direct connection to his playing status with the Clippers, genuine independent endorsement based purely on his star power.
It's incredibly unusual.
And the contractual peculiarities don't end there, which further strengthens the allegations.
No, they don't. The contract also granted Leonard the exclusive right to control and approve all content and distribution, which is an extraordinarily powerful and highly unusual provision for an endorser.
So he controlled whether anything actually got promoted.
Effectively, yes. In practice, it meant he had the unilateral power to prevent anything from being released or used, further suggesting a profound, deliberate lack of real obligation to genuinely promote the company.
Okay, so a weird team clause, and he controls all the content. What did he actually have to do?
Well, this is the other thing. When you combine this near-total control over content with the incredibly
separate, truly massive 20
agreement, just 50 autographs, 1 photo per month, 5 tweets like SRTs, and as one source rather colorfully and candidly put it, some other random bullshit, it paints a picture of remarkably minimal.
Under the layers of financial maneuvering and the deliberate obfuscation that might have been involved.
Yeah.
For additional context,
Bigger picture of Kawhi Leonard's career, it becomes impossible to discuss these financial arrangements
owner Steve Ballmer have responded forcefully and unequivocally.
invented the salary cap or engaged in any misconduct related to aspiration. Any contrary assertion is provably false.
Provably false.